Hello vinyl freaks, it's the Danish record hunter here, and in this video I will tell you about a Danish masterpiece, and it's Masala Dosa 77 by Masala Dosa. So let's get into it. So Masala Dosa was founded in 1975 by two guitarists, two phenomenal guitarists, and one of them is Vagn Carlsen, who was later on in Filoni Band, and the other one is John Teilgaard. John Teilgaard, he was earlier a member of a band called Takeoff. Don't know a lot about that band. I think it's a psychedelic rock group that never released anything as far as I know. And then later on he got recognition from being in Hyllemor and Bifrost. It's two bands based in Christiania trying to do like this psychedelic hippie revival later in the 70s, when it was mostly about punk rock and new wave. And yeah, Masala Dosa, they were kind of in the same vein. But it's more raw, this album, than I would say Bifrost and Hyllemor. I think, to my ears, were a little bit more polished than what you will hear on this record. This is raw, you know. And the other members of the band, there is like a Norwegian bassist called Thor Mathisen. I'm not really sure what he did before that, but he actually also played in Filoni Band. And then we have a Polish drummer, a very, very good drummer. And he was in a Polish kind of pop rock beat band called Trubaducy or something like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he immigrated to Denmark, and as far as I know, he's still living in Denmark, if he's still alive, you know. So yeah, those guys, they went and recorded this album. I think first off as a demo. It's the production is very nice. It's simple but very nice sounding. I think it's one of the nicest sounding records in my collection. It's just like really, really, really good. But I think it was recorded as some kind of demo in 1977 and first put out in 1979, several years after it was recorded. Not several years, but a couple years, yeah. So yeah, what else? There is like this a kind of a gimmick background story of how the guys, they got together and recorded the album. So yeah, the guys, that according to them here, and it's not true, it's a gimmick story. They met up at an airport in Rio de Janeiro, and they at a bar in the airport, something like that, and they actually got a VIP room in the airport to record the album. It's crazy. So I really like that they added that story. Yeah, very good record. It's progressive, and also I would say some elements here. It's kind of space rock, it's psychedelic rock. The A side, it's all tracks with vocals. So the first two tracks, Livets Karusel, with one of the nicest fuzz guitar solos I've heard in Danish rock music, and also Tryllemagt. They're both sung in Danish. And then they actually have another song here, Follow Your Intuition, and it's of course sung in English. That track also has a raga element to the music. I think it's actually John Teilgaard who plays the sitar here. It really creates like this very psychedelic, dreamy vibe. And also On the B side, all of the tracks, they are pretty much instrumental. And there's this long, epic instrumental track called Cykelløbet. And it also has this ragga feel to it. It's so cool. And also it just it transforms itself into like kind of space rock song, you know. It really takes you to the, you know, stratosphere, you know, and out in outer space. It's so cool. It's really cosmic rock, you know. So I would say this has its space rock elements as well. Just look at the record sleeve here. There's this guy sitting here in his bed, and there's like an open door to the space. So I actually have another copy of Masala Dosa because I'm trying to sell this one here. It was my first copy. This is my upgrade copy. And here, somebody, the owner of the record before me, or before someone else, drew some pink footsteps here from the guy where he's sitting and over to the door with the open space. I thought that maybe that was a gimmick that the band may have done themselves, maybe selling the records at gigs, you know. But it's not, I have figured out. And since I thought so, was that there's this connection with this band and Hyllemor, which John Tejgaard, he was a member of. And Hyllemor progressed from another band called Furkåben, a hippie band from the very early 70s. And they released this album on the Spectator label. So it's very rare. And there, all the members, they kind of drew all kinds of stuff on the records. It was like kind of a very basic white picture, black and white picture on the cover, and they drew all kinds of stuff on it. It's called Prinsesseværelset, the record. So I thought because of that they may have done something similar on this record, but it's not true. It's somebody else who owned this record before me, or before the one I bought the record from, decided to do those footsteps. And I can see on Discogs that there's a couple of copies of this record where it says that it has those footsteps, you know. I don't know if it's the same copy, been sold and bought again and again, but it's kind of funny. And another thing that I realized is, and you will probably hear with the vinyl rip that I have of this record, second track, where the solo is, there's a skip. There's a skip in like halfway through the first solo of the second track. And that's why I wanted an upgrade copy, because that skip is on this record here. So I bought an upgrade copy, and the same skip is there. And I'm thinking, okay, is that like an error in the pressing or something? I think there must be something, because the same skip, you know. So why don't we listen to some samples of the record?
Men der er så mange, som er på jagt efter mere og mere. Tør du se, hvad du ser?
So I hope that you liked what you heard, and please check out my vinyl rip of this masterpiece right here. It's beautiful sounding. It's it's nice progressive rock, psychedelic rock, and a little bit of space rock. So and also maybe you will hear the skip as well, halfway through the first solo of the second track on the record. So check it out, and please take care and see you next time.